You know how they say that the right person will choose you and that you won't be their backup plan? What do you think would happen if you did the same with your art? So what do you think would happen if you start treating your art and your creations as your plan A? What if you burn the ships, as to say, if you know that saying? If you don't, it basically means that you don't have a plan B. What do you think would happen? Because I think oftentimes, and maybe you can relate, I can feel like I'm trying to think 10 steps ahead, and I'm trying to figure everything out, and I'm trying to figure out the perfect solution to everything, because when I finally find that formula, then life is gonna be perfect. But let me tell you something that I've learned and realized in the past few years. Life is never perfect, and life almost never goes according to plan, right? The only thing that's certain is uncertainty. And so I've been thinking a lot about what would happen if, instead of trying to think about the next step and the step after that and the step after that, I simply go and I do the next step. And I stop overthinking it, and I stop thinking about 10 steps ahead and plan B and plan C and plan D. But I just execute what I know is the next step and that I have to do. And I'm asking you now as well, what would be your next step? And what do you think would happen if you actually, for once, stop overthinking and you just do it? You just do the next step. You just simply go and make that poster, or make that event, or make that call. Go to that gallery and talk to those people about your art. You might not have a portfolio, you might not have a CV, you might not even have a huge amount of experience. Maybe you never had an exhibition before. But what is stopping you from going to that gallery and talking to those people, telling them that you're an artist and that you want to exhibit your art? And what's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen? Did they reject you? Did they say no? Well, isn't there 1,000 other galleries in the city or country you live in, or even the continent? Because if they say no, okay, you got your answer, you move on, and then you figure out and take the next step, right? But you don't have to sit in your bed right now, or in a chair, or wherever you're sitting and watching this, and think about, what will happen if I go and talk to them? And what if they say no? And then what should I do? And if that other thing doesn't work out, what then? Because the first step didn't even happen for you, right? So what if you just go and do that next step? And you might even be surprised what happens. And maybe, and this is the very important magical part of this journey, is what if this next step, after you take it, will lead you to the step after that? What if you actually cannot think your way out of it? Have you thought about that? What if this is not a logical game that you play on your computer that you need to overthink 10 times over to win? What if this is just life, and this is about taking action and taking the next step and seeing where it leads you? What if you allow yourself for once to be guided, and you trust yourself, and you allow yourself to take that next step because you know it will take you to the right place and to the step after that? So, what is it gonna be? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna take that next step? Or are you gonna keep sitting and thinking and trying to think your way out of it? Or are you gonna go take that next step? I know this was a bit of a short episode, but I think I don't have anything else to say, honestly, because even though this might sound simple and short, this was quite a crucial realization for me, because I realized that I think I'm shifting from a place of really working in this very strong masculine energy, and we can make another episode about that, into the place of feminine energy, into the place of flow and trust, and into the place where I'm allowing myself to actually listen to myself and allowing myself to be guided, because I trust that whatever is meant for me will not miss me, and whatever I'm meant to do and whatever is meant to happen will happen. But I need to allow myself to stop overthinking and simply taking the next step and seeing what happens after that, because nobody can think their way out of this. Nobody can. And if we just sit and think, then we're gonna get stuck and feel miserable, because the energy is not moving right. We are not moving. So how can our life move and improve if we're just sitting, allowing our thoughts to go and run in circles? So allow yourself to stop overthinking and go and simply feel and do the next step that feels right for you. And I truly believe that that will take you where you're supposed to go. Even if it doesn't seem like it, even if you find out that you don't actually like what you did or got, well, now you found out. And it's like being on a hike, right? Where you decide to go left and then you realize a few meters away that you are supposed to go right. You simply go back to the last crossroad and take the other turn. And then you're on the right path. But if you were standing on that crossroad forever, trying to think your way out of it, to make the perfect best decision if to go left or right, then you wouldn't move. And you wouldn't continue your journey, and you wouldn't reach the top of that mountain that you're trying to reach. So allow yourself to take that next step without fear, because it will lead you, no matter what, to the right place. Thank you for listening, and I'm looking very much forward to see you in the next episode of Artist Mindset.